Right. Hey, this is Pittsburgh Pat with Brian Doyle, the Verdigris Table. How are you, Ryan?
I'm awesome.
Great. So we're going to talk about D&D and our session last night and some things we're learning about the new Player's Handbook rules. But we were just talking about Star Trek before this started. I like we should be rolling on this. This is good stuff. So we were mentioning something about, oh, Brian was giving me the controls and he was saying, you're the captain now. And I said, yeah, I just watched that first Star Trek movie. It's on Prime for free or something. And there's that motif of Kirk getting the Enterprise, being the captain again, even though he's an admiral or he gets busted down. I don't know. He always ends up being the captain, even though it's
You,
unlikely.
either you're promoted or demoted, but you're the captain still. Or
Got to
again.
put him in the chair, right? He's got to have the center seat. So Ryan was like, "Do you like the new ones?" And meaning the J.J. Abrams ones,
The
whatever.
new ones are 10 years old now.
Yeah,
They're
right.
not that new.
No, the newest thing from Star Trek, which I think is brilliant, is called Lower Decks, and it's a
Mm.
animated series that some people didn't take seriously because it makes a lot of Star Trek jokes. Like the more you know about Star Trek, the funnier the jokes are because there's all these throwbacks to things that happen, but it's also creating its own lore now too. So there's four seasons of that out. I think there might be a fifth one coming out. And I think I was just rewatching some of those. Those are funny as all get out, you know, I think. But you got to be a fan.
It's funny. I was never a huge, I enjoy Star Trek. I was never a huge Star Trek fan because it felt like they're always making more of it. And I mean, I've seen a lot of the show. I've seen like the original show, Next Generation. I saw all of the movies back in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember being like really the whales made a big impression on young Ryan. And I like the new ones too, but it's funny, Star Trek, the fandom is it's such a deep set of lore and there's so much material that like I've watched a ton of Star Trek and I hesitate to say I'm a fan because I don't know if I've seen half of it, you know?
Well, there's a good tie-in to D&D. So this week, watch on Ryan's channel, and I'm going to try to learn how to stream this week to YouTube. And we're going to be talking on Friday at 3 p.m. about lore, about D&D lore, because that's going to be in the new DMG. And I just watched the video last night. And yeah, you want to talk about a wealth of lore. There's 50 years worth here. Similar to Star Trek, right, in length. I guess Star Trek's
Yeah.
probably like 55 or maybe 60. I don't know. We're going on. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I have to tell you. It was a little intimidating. When I thought about becoming an adventure league and a so-called official DM, is that I'm like, I don't know half of this stuff. I don't know a third of this stuff. I don't know a tenth of it. Now I realize I don't even know a hundredth of it. But that's okay. There's going to be a lore glossary in the DMG, and so when somebody says a Serac, you're going to know where he came from. Why he's a demi lich? What is a demi lich? It's a disintegrating lich. And why the Tomb of Horrors and the Tomb of Annihilation came around. You can do that deep dive, which I love the Tomb of Annihilation book. I've run several scenarios in Chult, and I really like that atmosphere. But yeah, there's so much stuff.